Hi, William here. It is June 23rd. It's 1:16 a.m. in the morning, Wednesday morning. It's basically my Tuesday night. And I just finished my last ride. I started about 8:30 and it's about 1:10 when I ended. I made some had some thoughts about what makes a good day for me, or a good night, and makes a bad night. Last night I worked from 8:30 to 12:30. I made about $85, and I had no real fancy. No, I have rides that really weren't that standoutish. Pick people up, drop them off. Most of them didn't talk. Some did. I even got someone reported that I was driving unsafely, and I do have a car. I drive fast, but I don't think I was driving unsafely. And so the night as a whole was, I don't know, considered a bad night. I went through a whole 10 minutes of declining rides because they were too far away, which is kind of normal. But when I have to decline 10 or 12 rides because they're 15, 20, 25 minutes away, it doesn't make for a great night. And I was driving 10, 12 minutes for every ride. More driving to pick people up than to actually give rides. So I was spinning my wheels, in essence. And so I was a little frustrated, and I just didn't consider it a good night. Tonight was drastically different. Tonight I had 5 rides, and every successive ride was 3 or 4 minutes away, which is freaking amazing. I did have to drive a little bit in order to pick a few people up, but for these people, the rides they needed were long rides, $15, $20 rides, which I have to say is very good. It really adds up. Tonight, for example, I did 12 rides, made about $125, probably more if some tips come in. So all in all, I mean, I did really well. And I had a few I did have to cancel a few, and actually one of the reasons I did quit when I did was because all the rides were starting to be the rides from drunk people, from the bars and from the college bars, which I didn't want to deal with. And my camera is adjusting the wrong way. In any case, tonight was a really good night. I had somebody from out of state come in. She's about to work here for the first time for about a month. And I was telling her all about Baton Rouge like I was some kind of tour guide or something. And I gotta say, having all those rides that were really close together, and I didn't have to drive too far to pick anybody up, was really nice. And it makes me kind of wonder if there's some kind of setting somebody at the Lyft servers, or it was with Lyft today. I worked with Lyft. And it makes me wonder if somebody had a button they're pressing to say, let's give this guy an easy night, let's give this guy a hard night. And it makes me wonder if maybe they have a way of making people have good nights where they don't have to drive too much, or they can maybe make it harder and more difficult by making them drive a lot. Because I'm thinking it's an automated system and it's about proximity to the person calling a ride, but maybe it's not. Maybe there's some human interference maybe there's some some guy was on the road, just stopped there. But anyway, maybe there's some human interference which determines what types of rides drivers get. And I don't know. It's kind of puzzling and confusing at the same time, because I would like to think it's a completely automated system, but maybe it's not. Maybe humans step in and they'll, maybe to punish a driver that cancels rides that are far away, they make sure they get nothing but far away rides, which seems strange. Anyway, it just seems weird that tonight I got a really good night where all the rides were close together. I didn't drive too much. And the last night, I drove 15 minutes, sometimes 12 minutes for every single ride, even though I didn't make that much for each ride. Put a lot of gas, put a lot of miles on the car, spent a lot of gas to do that. So, I don't know. It just seems strange, something to think about. But I did pick up on this. If I can get rides that are really close together, so I don't have to drive too far to pick some next person up, it will make for a great night. And unfortunately, it doesn't always happen. This time of night, I'll go through, if I were to turn the app on one more time, I'm sure I would be getting rides requests 15-20 minutes away, and I would be in a state of just declining them left and right. So I don't know. It just seems strange how this system works. I don't understand it. I probably never will, because they keep changing it. But whatever the case, this was a really good night. Made some good money. And last night was okay. I could have kept going, but I was canceling more rides than I was taking, and I don't know. It's frustrating in those cases. But that's about it, really. You guys have a good one.